Let's attack. We're going to start with the Thursday nighter. We have Broncos, Jets. Thursday nighter. Two teams that are desperately in need of a victory. Denver opening up at Bet365 at -3. That was at plus 105. They're now -1, minus 105. This total sitting at 40. Only one book has brought it down to 39.5. Broncos coming off that disheartening 28-10 loss at home to the Bucs. Driscoll falls to 1-8 as a starter. He was benched in the fourth quarter for Brett Rippon. Rippon completed his first 8 passes for 53 yards, and he's been announced as the starter. Brett Rippon will be starting for the Broncos. Both teams come in 0-3. Melvin Gordon ran 8 times for 26 yards. He couldn't get anything going. Defensive end Jarrell Casey. Outside linebacker Austin Calitro. Left tackle Elijah Wilkinson have all been added to the IR. This IR, Bebsy, for the Broncos. 6 starters on the IR. An outside linebacker, defensive tackle, cornerback, defensive end, wide receiver, and right tackle. Overall, there's 4 linebackers and 3 defensive linemen on this IR. $63 million in salary cap space on this IR, and that's not even bringing in Drew Lock and Phillip Lindsay, who've been injured but aren't on the IR. This is a broken Broncos squad. Let's move to the hapless Jets, coming up 36-7, shellacking by the Colts. That was a double up for me. My best bet of the day on Sunday was the under 14.5 points of the Jets. They did concern me a little bit when Darnold worked some magic there. It was a beautiful play to put up 7. I was like, oh, am I going to be in trouble? But not another point. Rhodes picked off Darnold, 5th play of the game, 44 yards. Darnold, 17 for 27, 168 yards, 1 TD, 3 picks. His quarterback rating was 53.2. They had 188 yards of offense in the first half. It was confusing. The game was confusing. 188 yards of offense in the first half against the Colts, and finished with 260. Gore ran 15 times for 57 yards. Balaj, 5 passes for 44 yards to lead the Jets. They opened the game without Perryman, without Jamison Crowder, without George Fant. All 3 were inactive. Mekhi Becton, their left tackle, left in the first half with an injured shoulder, didn't return. Jordan Willis, their linebacker, safety Bradley McDougall got hurt in the fourth quarter. Now, that's all the terrible, horrible news about the Jets. There's some good stuff coming. They have key players coming back. So Jamison Crowder will be in the lineup. George Fant will be in the lineup. Mekhi Becton, they're all expected to be in the lineup. Cornerback Quincy Wilson, linebacker Jordan Jenkins, safety Ashton Davis, and wide receiver Chris Hogan are expected to be in the lineup. Jeff Smith, the wide receiver, is coming off IR. So there's some hope, and that's why the market move has moved towards these Jets. Bebsy, Thursday nighter, Broncos, Jets. Take it away.
I mean, you have to think if the Jets are going to win a football game this year, it's got to be this week. They're at home on a short week against a absolutely damaged Broncos team with Brett Rippon at the helm. I don't know. Here's the thing. I can't personally play on this because I can't bet on the Jets. If I bet on the Jets and they lose, I'm going to hate myself for doing it. But I can't bet on Denver either. They're just so decimated with injuries. They're almost as injured as the Niners. And they're traveling on a short week. This is a stay away game for me. They're 2 garbage teams, but you got to figure if somebody's going to win, it's got to be the Jets. Because if they don't win this game, it's got to be 0-16. Where do they find another win this season if it's not against the battered Broncos on the road in a short week? The Broncos basically got to be the Jeudy show. Jerry Jeudy's like the only healthy weapon they've got right now, and who knows if Rippon can get him the ball. This is a no play for me. It's just an ugly Thursday night football game. I think we start betting on when Adam Gase is fired, and my guess is week 6. But I don't know. I'm off it, man. I have no interest in this game whatsoever.
I do. I have interest in this game. And I can understand you've been very shrewd all year. You're hitting over 75%. Why would you get involved with this bum fight? I get it. But the Jets have all these guys coming back. That's the biggest angle I see in this game.
Sure. I mean, like I said, if you're looking for an angle, there's guys coming back. They are at home. They at least have their starting quarterback. If Becton's healthy, it's a big deal because that guy, I mean, The guy's phenomenal. He is just an absolute monster. I like him. I feel bad. He feels like he's going to be DeBrickashaw Ferguson again. At least DeBrickashaw Ferguson was part of some good Jets teams, but I'm still just not interested on it for the sole reason that if I bet on the Jets and they lose, I'm going to hate myself for betting on the Jets. That's all.
Well, I know you hate Gase, but I don't think Fangio should be trusted. With 4 linebackers and 3 defensive linemen of the Broncos on the IR, do the Jets now have a better defense than the Broncos?
The Broncos are bad because of injury, and the Jets are bad because they're bad. You could have said the same thing about, the Niners versus the Giants last week, but clearly the Giants are still better. And that's the thing is Vic Fangio is not a good head coach. He's an awful head coach, but he is a phenomenal defensive coordinator. And I assume that after this season, he goes back to just being a D coordinator because he was very good at that job. So they might still be able to muster up some solid defense just because of Fangio. But look, if you like this game and you see a play, I encourage it. We established and we will know going forward that I am a coward, but I do not like this game. I can see why you do. And look, there was a lot of games that I leaned towards and stayed off of last week that I would have been right had I gone with my gut. I didn't. So take that for what it is. I see why you want to bet the Jets. Logic dictates you should bet the Jets, but I'm just not excited about this one at all.
I am going to bet the Jets. Jets money line minus 105 right now at Bet365. Wanted to talk it out, and I have. I'm on the board. All right. That is your Thursday nighter. I have moved on the Jets. Before we move on to Sunday's games, Noli knows who will be live on Betting with the Bag tomorrow and Thursday. The man who's made unders great again likes the under here. What do you think about the under that's sitting at 40?
It's two pretty inept offenses, unless Judy and Hamler go off. I didn't mention KJ Hamler before. I like his potential. If those guys go off, maybe you could see something happening. I love Frank Gore, obviously, but he hasn't really been able to get too much going. So really you're looking at Crowder being able to put up some points. I certainly would lean under, but they're just two ugly defenses as well. So, you know what? Unders on Thursday nights are appealing too, just because offenses don't have a ton of time to game plan. That could be a play here.
Dennis Garcia, whom I just love capping with, gets right to the point. How do you get 7 TDs in this game?
That's a pretty excellent way to put it. I don't see how those go around. Yeah.
All right. And overtime says Jimmy Save your unit. This game stinks. Pepsi getting a lot of love for, and I don't think it's cowardly. I've never thought you as a cowardly person. I've known you for a long time. So I think that you have a very successful record. You have a successful history in capping NFL, and this will be your most public year capping it, and you want to succeed very badly, and you're picking your spots. That's how I see it. There is Thursday nighter, Broncos, Jets. I'm on the Jets money line, and Dennis Garcia says 6. I can't do math, so it takes a little bit away from his capping.